Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to the first of my Stellaris strategy guides. And today I'm going to show you how to defeat a fallen empire. And now, this is a fairly advanced game. As you can see, it's the year 2340, and my space Poland nation has taken over a huge part of the galaxy. And this is my vassal, here's some more expansion and so on. And here we have a fallen empire, and there's another one here. Now, I do want to defeat it. And I have built a very large fleet. It's not the largest ever, and certainly not the strongest. It's just 100,000 military strength around. The strongest fleets I've had were around 300,000, and consisted mostly of battleships. Now, having all battleships is probably the best idea. If you gear them properly. If not, it's good to have a mix. Now, I have not been destroying my old ships, I have just been upgrading them. So from the beginning of the game, I have accumulated a lot of light ships as well. So I have 54 battleships, 32 cruisers, 41 destroyers, and 217 corvettes. Lately, I have only been building battleships and upgrading the smaller ships to better designs. Now, this is a fairly powerful fleet. However, if I attacked the Fallen Empire head-on with that, we would be destroyed. Sure, for sure. I guess I could show you, but really there's no point showing a defeat, right? I want to show you how to win. So, first of all, the ship design, well, no. First of all, you need to keep them in a death stack. You need to keep them all together or you'll be destroyed. Secondly, you need a good admiral. She's pretty good because she has good skills, fire rate increase and evasion increase. Alright. And now let's have a look at our ship designs. You might ask, what are those circles? Well, they are the range of the special modifiers my battleships give us. If we go to the ship design, I have a lot of designs here. I did them by hand, sometimes didn't delete the old ones. If you want to fight a fallen empire, I would advise that you go all torpedoes and all large as far as you can. Why? Well, first of all, torpedoes ignore shields, but are vulnerable to point defense. Fallen empires don't use a lot of point defense, so if you have a lot of torpedoes, you can beat them. That's one thing. The second one is the most important bit, is the range. The range on torpedoes is the highest possible range, the same as, for example, Tachyon lances. It's 60. Tachyon lances are the weapons mostly used by the Fallen Empires, and they are devastatingly deadly. And if you have a short-range weapon, you'll just be destroyed before you can even reach them. So, this is one of my battleship designs. It's not the battleship design, because I have several. Why do I have several? Well, because each battleship has this slot here, and you can equip some special things here. For example, this is basically, this repairs the whole fleet all the time. This damages your opponent's shields, and this doesn't let them jump away so fast, and there's several more that you can unlock with technology. For example, you can decrease the enemy fire rate and boost your own shields and so on. Now, as far as this design goes, it's not the best. I would advise going more hull heavy than shields heavy, but certainly not armor heavy. You don't need armor. If you can get crystal forged hulls from crystalline entities, that's a very useful technology. I don't have it yet in that playthrough. And shields are good, but they're not the most important thing. So, this is just one of the designs, and this one has subspace snares and all large torpedoes. Now, this is not a very useful design for fighting normal AI enemies, because you do want some point defense, you might want some weapon variety and so on, but for Fallen Empires, this is the best, in my opinion. Okay. So I do have a couple of other designs. Here we have a Corvette. The biggest torpedoes you can put on it, and that'll be just fine. Corvettes will probably not do much damage, but they will absorb a couple of hits and protect your battleships in the big battles. Destroyers, as large the torpedoes as you can get them. Now, aggressive or defensive computer. This is a pretty big deal. If I were to redo it, I might have gone with defensive on all the battleships and offensive on everything else, but it doesn't really matter that much. It does matter, but it's not the most important thing. Now, cruiser, as you can see, the largest weapons we could fit on it, and again, torpedoes. And now battleships. All of my battleships, well, I do have several designs, they vary. This is a carrier. Well, this used to be a carrier, and it is going to be a carrier again. Although I do have to say that the strike crafts are not very powerful compared to some of the other weapons that you can get. And I did redo all my designs to torpedoes for this battle, because I didn't want to, you know, this way, if I want to get my carriers again, I'll just upgrade the carrier design, and the part of my fleet that is composed of this type of ship will upgrade to that particular design. I do like having variety. Another debuffer, this is the healer ship, and so on and so on. So, this is the fleet composition, all torpedoes and the largest you can find. Now, we did make a death stack. Okay, and here's the route to the Fallen Empire. Now, if I just attack them head on, they will shred me. I have tried that preparing for this strategy video. Also, upkeep of such a big fleet can be a problem, but we will have enough time to deal with that. Actually, you don't need that many ships. If you just had battleships in this fleet, maybe like 70 battleships, it should do it. Okay, now I'm going to declare war on the Fallen Empire. And give me everything. The ring worlds are especially amazing. And here we go. Now we are at war with the Fallen Empire, who is very, very powerful. So the trick is, first I'm going to show you their homeworld. Let's just jump to their homeworld. Increase the game speed. Now it's going to run a little bit slow, but because the game is quite a bit advanced, and there's lots of pops, lots of planets, and lots of ships running about, which does slow the game down a bit. Actually, I could show you a bit of a big battle if we attack head-on, but then we would just be destroyed. Now, as you can see, our energy has drained, and this is damaging our minerals. And when our minerals go to zero, our fleet will become much, much weaker. And I do not advise letting that happen. So, yeah, but we will have enough time to just defeat them before the minerals run out. I think. So, as you can see, we have arrived in their home system. We are now winding down from warp, and you can see their fleets. 17k, 19k, 19k, 20k, 19k. Their fleet power is equivalent to ours, but their technology is much more advanced. They have huge range Tachyon lances, they have very good shields, very good armor, and so on. So if I attacked head-on, we would take out maybe half of their fleet, maybe a bit more, but then we would get destroyed. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to attack a different system that they own. In this case, they own another one called Beacon of Stability. We're going to fly there and lure their fleet away from their homeworld, well, in parts. Because the Fallen Empires are very arrogant, and with good reason. They are super powerful. However, if you can engage those armies one by one, it will be those fleets. It will not be that difficult to defeat them. Although they also have fortresses and so on, but yeah, the ring world itself will not be a problem to defeat. Also, I should show you the ring worlds. The ring worlds are amazing. They give enough resources to basically run your empire just on them. So if you conquer the ring world, yeah, you're gonna want to keep it and not give it to a sector. This is a save from the middle of this game, and when I conquered the ring world, I got rid of all my stuff which was in my capital and just moved everything to it. Now also, there's one more thing I wanted to show you. This is my garden world, where I have all the alien species that are in my empire, but that is the stuff for another video. Because this is a different part of strategy that I use. Okay, as you can see, this ring world is damaged. It also has a very strong defense fleet, but it is not as strong as the ones on the other ones. Also, it is not as strong as ours. And the destroyed parts of the ring world, as far as I know, unfortunately cannot be repaired. So, we're going to set this fleet to aggressive and just let it do its job. And it will attack everyone in here. As you can see, we are losing minerals. Do I have my sector taxes set to high? Yes, I do. Lots of sectors. All geared towards energy. When we lose some Corvettes, this will be better. Yeah, and Corvettes are, the bigger the ship, the more economic it is to have it. As you can see, the game is slowing down when we have engaged them, and... Okay, I'll go down to speed 1, so normal speed. As you can see, they're already shooting our Corvettes with their Tachyon Lances, which have amazing range, and can just shred your fleet. See? Bam. One shot, 200 damage. So our Corvettes are mostly useless here. I did keep them because I just didn't want them to go to waste. And it didn't really cost much to upgrade them, and some of them will do some damage, but they will mostly absorb hits for better ships, for my larger ships. And some of them are actually firing torpedoes. Okay, let's track one of those torpedoes and see if it hits or if it is taken out by point defense. Those were taken out by point defense, but if you have tons of torpedoes, most of them will hit. Or maybe they just... Oh no. Oh, they weren't taken out by point defense. The game just paused because it was the end of the month. So as you can see, this Fallen Empire does not utilize point defense, as our torpedoes just reach the target and they bypass all the shields, because torpedoes have 100% shield penetration, which is amazing. The only better weapon than torpedoes, in my opinion, are the Tachyon Lances that they are using. And why are they better? Well, because they hit immediately and they don't have to fly all the way through. They don't pierce shields, but they do pierce armor. So when you're facing a Fallen Empire, do not invest in armor because it is useless. Invest either in shields or in hull upgrades, which you can get from crystalline entities. So always remember to research that debris. As you can see, we have lost a significant portion of our fleet, but those were mostly Corvettes, which at this point of the game are basically worthless. So they're just meat shields. They did do some damage, but not a lot of it. However, if you have 200 Corvettes and 50 are destroyed, the rest will still lose damage. And this saves our more valuable ships from fire, most of the time. As you can see, the torpedoes are hitting the enemy ships. They are not being stopped by point defense. You can see they are indeed taking damage, and some of them are already being destroyed. Now, this wouldn't seem weird, because my fleet is much stronger than theirs. Still, it is important that every bit contribute. If you had your Corvettes on lasers or on kinetic weapons, they would just fly closer and start getting destroyed here, and only start shooting over here. We have this whole part of them traveling towards the enemy, in which they actually start attacking them, which is quite relevant. So I basically always go for the highest range weapon I can get, unless a special circumstance is in place. So yeah, there's that. And as you can see, this fleet has been shredded, which is not really surprising, since we have had 5 times more military power than them. But this is not the trick yet, or rather the strategy. Now we're going to use the Fallen Empire's arrogance, because they will not think that they need their whole fleet to defeat us. No, we have found another empire. It's not relevant at the moment. Yeah, just in a part of the galaxy I have not explored before. So, as you can see, tons of small torpedoes actually do the job. And why are torpedoes weaker than Tachyon Lances? Well, as you saw, tons of torpedoes were flying towards this station, and when it got destroyed, those that were on the way just disappeared. You don't get that problem with Tachyon Lances, and you have similar damage output and the same range. So, we have now taken over this system. The enemy could send fleets, but they would need to leave their home system undefended, and that is not something they do. So now we send some armies. Just all of them. I did station them rather close, because this invasion was planned. Oh, also, the enemy has sent some reinforcements, but they're very weak reinforcements, so it doesn't matter. It's just a ship. What is this? This is... Okay, let's pause this. This is an Eclipse class escort, so it doesn't say if it's a Corvette or anything. I guess it's fine. If it attacks us, it's gonna be destroyed. Actually, I should change the fleet order. I don't need you to be aggressive. Just be passive and keep bombing. If they get too close, yeah, that will happen. Actually, you know what? I'll set them back to aggressive when I have the option. Now, the game does slow down quite a bit with such large battles. But I hear they might be working on the issue. Also, as you can see, all my ships are constantly healing. You can get that effect in 3 ways. You can have your battleships decked out with the nanobot cloud, which I have right now. You can have regenerative hull tissue on your ships. Or you can have the special modifier that you can get from ring worlds, actually, later on when you survey them after conquering some. You can get a special resource that gives all the ships built in a particular shipyard with that add-on the regeneration ability. As you can see, we have lost over 50 Corvettes and our income is getting back to normal because they are the least economically viable ships. They are very weak and cost a lot of money to maintain. I mean, of course a battleship costs more than a Corvette, but it's several times more powerful. And if you go by fleet capacity, one battleship should be worth about 8 Corvettes. And if you have your battleship attacked by 8 Corvettes with tons of torpedoes, it might be defeated. But if you deck it out properly, the Corvettes will be no match for your battleship. Right, and this is just my vassal arriving to help me death stuck around. And there's some armies, some transports. Okay, so the transport ships will just land here. And as you can see, the ring world is amazingly wealthy. That's because of all these buildings. Autonomous fabricators, dark matter power plant. This is agrarian something, agri processing complex. Okay, let's attack the ring world and advance this plot. Attack. Oh, that will not be sufficient. I should have waited for all the armies to arrive. Well, at least we'll start the attack. The large fleet is still on the way. Just keep sending them as they arrive. Where is this large fleet? Large transport fleet? Oh, it has just arrived. Yeah. Okay, let's pause this. Show you the battle. Attack. Yeah, those are damaged because I haven't healed them after the last battle. I forgot to land them on planets, and you need to land them on planets so that they can heal. As you can see, the enemy has pretty powerful defenses, lots of armies. Some of them have some attachments like Xeno Cavalry, but in ground combat it is all about numbers, really, in this game. You just have to bring more, even if they're the weakest. I actually have the weak trait, so my armies are pretty weak, although I mostly used alien races. Okay, Polish, I play as the Polish species, because why the hell not? And with the weak trait you see the damage is low, but we still win. So, I'll actually leave some of the troops on the planet, and what we'll do is now that we have taken the system, just give me a second, that's the transport fleet, we're going to jump it away to here, and we're going to take our huge fleet. Actually, I'm going to leave some ships as bait. I don't know if it's necessary, but I will. Okay, we'll leave 5 ships over here, you jump away, and you jump away as well, to a neighboring system. And now, the enemy should send their fleet into this system, being baited by the smaller fleet. You can actually do it outside their territory too, but this is basically a sure thing. And then, when they bring a fleet, well, we'll be here, waiting. Rather, we will be getting here. And I'm going to send these bait ships to the outer reaches of the system, so they might not kill us right away when they arrive. Research complete. Impulse thrusters. Yeah, those engine technologies are very good. They actually do increase your evasion and your speed. Speed is mostly for convenience, but... ooh, why is that? Oh, energy shortage, yes, of course. Okay, let's just get whatever research. That doesn't really matter at this point, because this is just an instruction video. So, we have warped away, we're on our way here. Also, when you attack the Fallen Empire, make sure you have several science ships close by on standby, ready to research the debris. There are 2 valuable things you get from fighting a Fallen Empire. Oh, and here they are, see? they have sent 2 fleets in. I was hoping for just 1, but once we have... let me see the fleets. Where are they? Here they are. They're going to retake the worlds. But that's not all of them. They had 4 fleets like this in their home system. So they're sending in 2, and we should actually be able to take them out. So let's fly right back here. Go back to aggressive. We have a good admiral, very high level. From this one battle she gained like 3 stars. As you can see, they are moving. Where are you moving? Will they be jumping away because we're coming? I don't think so. They are quite arrogant, and yeah, they're just going after my decoy army. So we're going to try and catch them. They might jump away, but then you just have to, you know, repeat the tactic. And here's our fleet jumping in. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll split those fleets. Because if they catch one, they will kill it. But if they only... I mean, if they catch all those ships together, they will kill them. But if they only catch one of the fleets, well, the others will survive. Maybe. And we can keep them occupied for longer this way.
Hostile fleet engaged.
As you can see, they'll just kill this fleet without any trouble. There'll be attacking lands coming soon. Bam, and it's dead. Attacking lances are amazing, and they're actually my favorite weapon. So, we are winding down from warp. Those circles, I wish you could turn them off, can you? No. Right, so we're ready to attack. And they're coming back to their home system. But oftentimes you can... They're going back to their home system, not coming back. Oftentimes you can catch them unawares. So, let's jump again. And they stopped their warp preparation for some reason, so we will stop ours as well. Yeah, go catch them. Maybe they just noticed our fleet and are going to attack it, which is good for us. This is what we want. We do want to engage them. We haven't really sustained a lot of damage because when they hit a Corvette, they killed it. And they didn't really have a chance to hit the battleships because most of them are slower than the lighter ships, and they stayed in the back. And the battleships are actually what is going to do most of the work, and the rest of the fleet will do some damage and then get destroyed as a meat shield. Oh, and there's another one here. Yeah, you guys come back. This is a perfect situation. Most of their fleet is here. They can't really help. And they have warped in on top of our allied fleet. Well, it's not our fleet, but it's an allied one. It would be perfect if they warped on top of us, because all of our ships would be able to fire at them at that time. Now, it's not all of them, but it's significantly more than if we were just approaching them. Because our fleet is large, so the ships from the back can't really fire, but we're moving in. And they will probably destroy our little vassal here, but they will also get destroyed themselves in the process. Come on, guys. And this way we take out another fleet without engaging the rest of the power. This is basic strategy. This is Julius Caesar... well, Julius Caesar's one of favorite sayings, I guess. That's how you should describe it. I believe that was him. I don't know. It was divide and conquer. We have divided their fleets. This is not exactly what this was supposed to mean in the historical context, but it works here. So as you can see, we are losing light ships, but not the heavy ones. And we're dealing much more damage than we're taking. You can actually see the results here. They have dealt a lot of energy damage, but a lot of it is... well... we're winning. That's the gist of it. And the other side of our fleet has already engaged the other enemy. But by this point, we're not really between the hammer and the anvil, because this one is already destroyed. So now we're turning back. Our battleships are in the front right now, so they will be sustaining some damage. It's very possible that we will lose several battleships. But while they're approaching the enemy, all the other ships should turn around and fight them here. As you can see, the enemy is actually bringing their whole fleet here. We could actually jump to their home system and await them there, which could be even more beneficial for us, but I don't want to retreat. that deals damage. So now, although if you have healers in your fleet, it doesn't really matter that much, because we would be almost completely healed by the time we engage them again. So this is exactly what we want. We're engaging their fleet in pods. If they were all together, they would destroy us. In this situation, they have no chance of victory. As you can see, they just destroyed the battleship, but we're destroying far more than they are. And by this point, we should already have more power. Let me see them. Okay, I need to enter communications. No, let's see the battle and then do that. Okay, I'll increase the speed, maybe it will act a little faster. See, still no point defense. Maybe there is some, but I'm missing it. But even if so, it's so insignificant that we do take we take heavy losses, but we're mostly losing light ships, Corvettes, which don't matter that much. And if we had all battleships, we would have far more firepower and thus win easier. But then again, I did have those lighter ships from before. I didn't want them to go to waste. Why are you turning your back to the enemy? As you can see, it is taking damage, but it is also constantly repairing because of the healer aura of some of our battleships. So, let's see the big picture. Their fleet is destroyed, and now they're warping in another one. But if they're doing it like that, well, the first time I fought this, because this is an earlier save from my current campaign that I'm just playing offline without recording it. Maybe I should have recorded it. Doesn't matter. If they keep jumping in like this, you can just take their fleets out one by one. Bam, 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 and they're all dead. In my previous game, they did act differently, and they did just jump with one fleet, and then they sort of abandoned the system, and I did have to lure them in again, but it worked. And by the time those small fleets were defeated, we were so much stronger than them that we could just assault their home system, which is here, Beacon of Infinity. As you can see now, their fleet power is inferior to ours. We have already destroyed, and they started with superior, I think. I should have checked that. We have destroyed so many ships that they are not a challenge to us. Okay, let's let the game run. There's one more fleet here to destroy. Research, yeah, whatever. This is just a... And once you have cleared the system, you want to flood it with science ships and research all that debris. Trust me, this is so juicy. You get highest levels of armor and shields, even if you haven't researched the lowest tiers. Also, the best weapon in the game, in my opinion, which is the Tachyon Lances. This is up to debate. Some people think that torpedoes are better, some people think that the kinetic artillery is better, but I personally prefer Tachyon Lances. They're especially good against, spoiler alert, some invaders from outside. Okay, I should be ending this video soon, but let's just jump into their home sector, home planet, home system, the Beacon of Infinity, and show you how many ships they have left. And there were lots of them. Transport ships. See, they still have a strong defense fleet. It's 14,000, 14,000, and so on. But it is nothing... Oh, there's another one here. No, I did see that already. And there's 12,000. So it is still quite strong, but now that we have lured away around half of their fleet and destroyed it, they really don't pose a challenge anymore. Or rather, not as big of a challenge. And that's about it, really. I mean, I could show you the battle play out for a bit. After this is done, you just bring in your transport fleet, start landing troops, and soon enough they will just surrender to you. Just make sure that you don't leave any fleets hanging so that your transports and science ships will get destroyed. Because they might have a fleet here and they could bring it over here in the meantime, while your science ships are doing stuff and they would be destroyed then, and so on and so forth. So it might be wise to just wait until the war is over to survey all the debris. But surveying the debris is basically just as as important as securing the ring world. And if you encounter a fallen, see how the torpedoes just destroy everything? If you have encountered a fallen empire that doesn't have ring worlds, because there are those as well, well, you will earn less from conquering them, but you can also get all the juicy technologies, so that is worth fighting for in itself. Okay, spaceports are being destroyed. Let's get this a little bit closer. Yeah, this is on fastest because this video is already quite long and I do want to end it quite quickly. I should probably overclock my processor for this game. I never needed to before, I have a pretty good one, but it seems like it would be a good idea here. This is my Vassals Fleet. It can still be useful, although it will probably get obliterated by the enemy fleet it is approaching. The one thing I don't like about this setup is that the battleships stay in the back. I think what I should have done is set everyone to defensive, and this way they would all keep information, but then I'm not sure if my Corvettes will just be destroyed for no reason. As you can see, they are the vassal that is coming close is getting destroyed by Tachyon lances and other weapons very, very quickly. So this is what would have happened to us if we just attacked the home system right away, because they have had double the fleet power they have here now. Oh, the transport ships are very pretty. And those exhaust things look so weird just because we're on the fastest speed. So, most of our Corvettes will get obliterated. We are already down to 66 and we started with over 200. But it doesn't matter, because the heavy ships from in the back will do all the heavy lifting and destroy their fleets. What if I go to fast instead of fastest? I should have turned off autosaves for this. Mostly too late now. As you can see, the torpedoes just hit. They don't get destroyed by point defense. So we can just wind them down one by one. As you can see, our fleet power has also decreased, but not as much as theirs. We're down to 96,000, so we lost around 20,000 military power. And they have lost way more than that. Also, as you can see, their battleships are getting destroyed right now by our torpedoes. They'll just move in, destroy the other fleet completely, and then the fortresses, and then the world. Alright, so you can just integrate them into your community, and they act like any other conquered species. Also, the ring worlds really are amazing. Although there's one thing, you should, for example, you get a ring world with antimatter power plants like that, which is amazing, right? Each of them produces 15 energy, and it would be unwise to destroy any of these buildings because you can't rebuild them, right? Wrong. It is wise to destroy at least one of them and replace it with a power hub on this world. And in the because that gives a percentage bonus and will overall boost your production. In the industrial district, you want to destroy the weakest building, like this one. You don't want to destroy the food ones because you will be starving. And just get a mineral processing plant. In the Palatial district, this is basically you don't really need to do any of these here. You can calculate it to see if it's viable. I think a power hub here would do good, but a mineral processing plant wouldn't. I don't know, I'd have to calculate this. This is an all-around good planet. Also, if you already have an Empire Capital Complex on your homeworld, and you get this one, you will get both the bonuses from influence production, because this is Empire Unique, which means you can't build another one, but you can conquer another one. And finally, the Agrarian District, which is a little bit weird, because it has tons of food, and it has a huge excess of food, which serves no purpose for us. So here you will want to destroy and replace some of the buildings. Okay, we will end the video here. As you can see, we have only lost around 20,000 fleet power, and we have destroyed a fallen empire. With around 100,000 would certainly be sufficient. Just remember the tips I gave you in the beginning. And now they're close to surrendering. We just need to bring our troops over and conquer the ring world with our ground troops, and then either they will surrender or you can enforce your demands. And that is how you beat the fallen empire. and that will give you a tremendous advantage in economy and technology for the rest of the game. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.